You just elbowed
I just
me.
100% broke Tiffany's shoulder and off camera. I was like, review time. Bow!
All right. This is part of the show where we review. What beer are we reviewing this week? Tiffany, what are we reviewing?
We're brewing Brunchies from Oozlefinch Beers and Blending in Hampton, Virginia on Fort Monroe. It's a decommissioned army base.
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
Don't tell me more.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
So this beer, I will say, love the can art.
Correct. Any day of the week.
I was also like, what is this?
Nervous?
What is this flavor? Why are there waffles on my can? What's going on here? Then I read orange cinnamon bun style, orange cinnamon bun style, which is very bizarre.
So literally, I had this conversation with Tiffany before we got started because the sour realm for me is not one of my favorites in any capacity.
Once again, the Tums issue.
Correct. But if it's good, it's good. And then when I finally so we bought this beer at the brewery 3 weeks ago, right?
Right, something like
maybe
that.
4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even paying attention. And when I went to get it tonight, I read the actual ingredients. And I was like, orange cinnamon bun? I was like, get out of town. That's the shit I grew up on. That's what my mother made for breakfast. Orange? Cinnamon buns. Yes,
orange cinnamon buns?
Yes, ma'am.
It was usually discounted.
And I have bad news. This is fucking money. It is. I told Tiffany, I was like, I'm not a sour person, but I think this may be nostalgically my favorite beer we've ever had. It is.
Well,
it's your childhood, except with friends.
But and less molestation. Correct. But thanks for bringing it up again, Anne.
Daniel was homeschooled too, by the way. So I'm very concerned.
God, I hate you.
I don't even have a response to this, but I don't know if that's something you should joke on. But no. So
it's okay. It's okay if it happens. If it happens to Daniel, it's fine.
Two beer Tiffany does not count. Okay, so. But no. So every Oozlefinch beer, I read the description, and every time I go, I don't know. There was one. It was an ice cream sundae. It was literally.
Damn, that one was good.
It was so good. But it was so if you read the description, it was what were they smoking when they came up with this? It is things that you were like, well, beer and this do not mix. I've yet to have a beer from Rachel that I hated or even disliked, they're all so good and so unique. And so it's so true to that beers and blending kind of mentality and the innovation that comes in. There are beers that I'm not going to find anywhere else. And they're so unique. And I do like the smoothie aspect of them. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is I should just never read the description because the description always throws me off. And I go, I can just have a pale ale or something, just a standard IPA. Let me just be really basic. And then I have the beer and I go, man, this is it's I take 2-3 sips because I'm trying to figure it out, but they're always good.
To solve it.
I know.
I very much understand their title of beers and blending.
Yep.
Correct.
Now that I'm drinking this, I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So. And to be completely honest, they also do lagers and because originally they started with a saison kind of feel.
Their real beer section.
Yeah,
that was another beer we almost had on tonight, but
yeah,
I drank all of them.
every beer we've had there is good. It's not anyway. But these smoothie sour beers, the fruit forward sours, they're all so unique and so different, which is really what sets them apart from all the other sours you're going to find. So if you're in one of the states that Oozlefinch is carried, you should check them out. And don't be weirded out by what it says on the can because
Vero.
I can guarantee you it's going to be done well and it's going to be unique and it's going to be delicious. And if it isn't, sorry.
I'll give you Jason's email.
Sorry, not sorry.
It is no. Okay, no.
I really hope that I could get the FML box.
Dude,
I can't believe he had.
I'll send you the pictures of the original one. Yeah. I still have the cardboard from the shipping container of it.
Yeah.
It was beautifully
Because he's
done.
a hoarder.
It was literally. I'm not a hoarder. It created a box that you could take pictures of each beer in the box.
Right.
So it made a little stage.
A lot of photos.
God,
can we also talk about the fact that this show got Mallet in like episode 12?
Correct.
And now in episode 26, I think what we're in, we just got the sneak peek like announcement of FML2.
Correct.
So basically, if you're not already
what's going on here
and or subscribing, look at what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what you think about this, because I know you were really hesitant once again, kind of with the description of it and the orange and cinnamon and, you know.
So I was hesitant, but these are flavors I like in life. So I wasn't nervous in that sense. It's like, oh yeah, it basically feels like it's supposed to taste like when you have a big breakfast and you're shoving waffles, maple syrup, and then you're drinking orange juice, and I can taste all that in this. So that's very fun.
Right.
I will say about it though, I think it would be better almost in a skinny can or like an 8 ounce to 10 ounce can.
How about a skinny cup?
Well, no, but because you still got a pint of it. So I'm saying, I don't need a pint of this.
I mean, that's a lot of fruit beers as well. So there is, and once again, because I'm very basic, I understand. There's only so much that you can drink of it.
Yeah. My mouth is already just I've had way too much orange juice. The dog is very upset about it. And so for me,
Kristen.
That's unfortunate. No, his name is the dog, and he's having a really rough time over there.
That's different. Yeah.
So for me, I don't want any more of it. It's so much orange juice. So if there was less of it, I would have been great. But I'm not going to be mad that I have too much. So that's not really going to come into play with my score.
Fair.
But I just think in general, if this was in one of those little skinny cans, maybe it was a 10 ounce can. It would be perfect because you just kind of have that one.
You want a Truly?
I do, yeah. That's
sense.
all I really want. No.
Jesus, no one does that.
But yeah, but I do like it, and so because I'm going to score it based on what I've had between kind of the sours, fruited, smoothie type beers, for me it's a 3.75.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, I think that's 3.75 is actually what I'm going with as well, which is a big deal for me because
you hate orange juice.
I dislike orange juice as a person.
He won't even drink mimosas because
I don't mind mimosas.
You won't drink them if I make them. I drink the whole
I
bottle.
do think it's crazy that you hate orange juice, but you like this beer because it pretty much tastes like orange juice.
But
it's like a creamsicle.
Yeah, well, the creamsicle part is what does it for me because I do like that aspect of it. And it's one of my favorite parts about that's why I asked Jason earlier. I was like, you guys are lactose heavy, right? It's in every beer in some capacity. And it cuts some of the acidity, some of the sweetness, some of everything that comes into a sour and a fruited sour. That lactose kind of levels it off a little bit. And it does the same thing for me with the orange juice.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge orange juice fan. Am I a huge cinnamon and breakfast fan? You goddamn right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And this is it literally is. Honestly, it's what I was telling Tiffany after I read the ingredients. I was like, holy shit. This is my childhood on a Saturday morning. Literally minus the alcohol, you jackass. I know.
I mean, I've just assumed.
You've met my mother. She's a saint.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, it literally is all the flavors, cinnamon rolls, orange rolls, all the breakfast, weird ass pastries I grew up on. Here they are, plus alcohol.
Yeah.
Jam on it. 3.75.
Nice. Tiffany, you're
all
up.
Right. So I guess I'll make the math easy.
God, you have hurt me today. I don't know what the answer is.
No, so again, so I mentioned this a little bit earlier, sours. If I'm gonna drink a beer, it's almost never a sour, purposely. When I go to Oozlefinch, obviously I will drink sours because I'm there to drink the sours. But but just it's not necessarily my jam. And so the way I rate things, for those of you who don't know me and or have watched the show,
you're welcome. Wow, just me, nobody else.
So
Pharaoh.
The way I rate my beers on Untappd, which is out of 5 bottle caps, 5, well, basically like 4.5 and up is like the equivalent of an orgasm. So I almost never get those.
Oh my God, I'm right here. I am right here.
No, but so the the 4.5 to 5 is a range that I pretty much.
You broke Phil.
I know.
You broken Phil.
He wasn't expecting it at all.
Oh, I was.
Because
Been there.
You understand. You roomed with him.
I spent many nights with Daniel.
College was rough.
Rougher for Phil, but yeah, college was pretty rough.
Just the way I like it.
But no, so the 4.5
This is
to
a
5.
6%, isn't it?
The 4.5 to 5 is like just like blow your socks off, like amazing. Like, where did this even come from? It literally angels
the rating,
made it.
not the ABV.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So anything basically from like 3.5 to 4.5 is like really high in my rating scale. So 3.75 is good, like really good. Like I will 100% drink this again.
So that's your score?
Yeah, 3.75. Don't care that it's in a tall can because I'll drink the whole damn thing.
Yeah,
Phil?
Nancy.
Yeah.
Too much orange juice for me.
Oh no, mimosas are my jam. Although I've gotten very into Bloody Marys lately, and I think I've finally figured them out.
You're somewhere in your 30s. That's when Bloody Marys start tasting better. That's also true. So,
well, no, it's easier for me to put the vodka back in the freezer because Daniel won't drink the mimosas. So if I'm doing mimosas, I'm drinking a whole damn bottle of champagne. So that weekend is toast.
Which leads to me cutting more grass to get away.
So 3.75 is our show score, which is, I honestly, coming into the show, I was nervous that we were going to give this a lower score. And it was even worse knowing that we had someone coming on from the brewery. But we have always said we would give a fair score no matter what.
Right.
And to be honest, I'm so happy that I gave this a 3.75. Like,
right. Yeah.
Right.
So that's always my thing with like a blended beer like this. Like, it's a little nerve-wracking when you read the ingredients, when you read, it's like, that seems weird.
Right.
And it is weird. And
every
it is
time,
good.
But it's like
great.
weird in such a good way, in such a unique way that it doesn't compare to any other beers that you're going to find. And I think that is my favorite part about this brewery is it's super unique. Like the can art's great as far as can.
I love the can art.
So anyway, 3.75. Highly recommend it. If you are in one of the states that has these beers, please go find them. Try them out. Don't judge the like weird ingredients.
Arrow.
I promise. Like, unless you're just adamantly against cinnamon.
Definitely try something like Brunchies.
Right.
So try one of, or if this one doesn't work, if there's another, they have other fruited blended.
They have a really good berry smoothie one.
I'll say when the fruited smoothie beers started coming out, like heavy, I was like, oh, what is this? And I will say, if you're going to try one, I think Oozlefinch is definitely the place to start because it's only downhill from there. So just stay at Oozlefinch.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Unless we have someone for next week's show, I don't know. Do we?
So Oozlefinch.
So Oozlefinch.
So 3.75 for Brunchies from Oozlefinch Beer and Blenders.